The office is located on 7308 Arlington Boulevard, Falls Church, Virginia, 22042. Our business hours are from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. If you have an emergency, please call 1-833-221-3469. All rent and utilities must be paid on or before the first of each month. All rent payments must be submitted through Rent Cafe. You can also pay with the WIPS account. If the rent and utilities are not paid by 11:59 p.m. of the 5th day of the month, there will be a late charge fee of 10%. All late payments must be paid with certified funds before the 11th day of each month to avoid legal charges. If legal action is required to collect rent or regain possession of the home, all charges associated with the action will be the responsibility of the resident. If your payment bounces due to insufficient funds, you will be charged $50 and a 10% late fee. After receiving two payments without funds, the system will not allow you to pay with your bank account. For future payments, you will only be able to pay with certified funds. You are responsible for protecting yourself financially in the event of loss. The administration and/or owners are not responsible for damages or loss to your personal belongings. You need renter's insurance because it generally includes coverage for loss of personal property and furniture due to theft, fire, water damage, etc. You have to add us as a third party of interest that says Jefferson Village Associates TA Kingsley Commons Townhouses, P.O. Box 3687, Coppell, Texas 75019. Renter's insurance must be in place by your move-in date and must be a minimum of $100,000 in liability coverage. If you purchase the insurance for 1 year, you must renew it at the time of your lease renewal. If you do not renew it, the system adds windshield insurance for $35 per month. Package deliveries are not allowed in the office. Management will not be responsible for any damages or loss of packages. If you expect to be gone for a while, plan to have your mail held at the post office or have another resident pick it up for you. We respect each resident's right to privacy and their right to have guests. We ask that you inform all guests of Kingsley Commons rules and regulations. Please note that, as a resident, you are responsible for the actions of your guests. Anyone under the age of 14 years old must be supervised. Anyone staying in your home for more than 14 consecutive days without management approval is no longer considered a guest and must be added to your lease. You have to pay $110 per person over the age of 18. We remind you to inform your guests of the towing truck hours to avoid towing. Door-to-door soliciting is not permitted in Kingsley Commons. We ask all residents to contact the leasing office and inform us of anyone distributing flyers that do not belong to the community. Littering in front lawns, sidewalks, and front porches is prohibited. Keep all guests inside or on the patio area of your home. In your yard, you cannot store sofas, old chairs, trash, hang clothes, clothing lines, rugs, or antennas. As a tenant, you agreed to keep the yard clean and sanitary, including grass, weeds, etc. Management reserves the right to remove any patio door without management consent or prior notice. No cooking devices, grills, braziers, hibachi, or other flammable liquids or stove fueled by gas, oil, or similar devices will be ignited within 15 feet of any residential building and are restricted to backyards only. The fine of $1,000 and a sentence of 1 year in jail can be implemented in a justice court. Throughout the year, management conducts inspections to verify proper use of the patios. If patios are not being used properly, the administration will send you a 24-hour notice to correct your yard. We will send a technician to remove any non-yard item and you will be charged a $150 fee. The Family Resource Center is located at 3175B Monticello Drive. Activities are planned throughout the year for children and parents in the community. You will be notified about upcoming events through newsletters, flyers, and information kiosks in the community. The garbage truck passes every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday morning. Trash receptacles are conveniently located throughout the community for your use. If you have large furniture or items, please use the bulk dumpster. It is located in the area of the corner of Robert Lane and Monticello Drive. You must throw the trash in the trash containers, otherwise you will be charged a fine of $75 up to $300 for each violation, and this is subject to increase. Fines are considered additional rent and non-payment will add 10% to the delay. Pets are allowed with owner's approval along with $500 pet deposit. We allow dogs and cats with a limit of 2 animals. There is no monthly pet rent. Weight limit is 85 pounds. Do not chain dogs to the front or backyard. As a courtesy to others, the owners of pets must clean up after themselves. Breeds not allowed. Rottweilers, pit bulls, or any breeds mixed with them. Management reminds you that all dogs must always be on a leash when outside. Management reserves the right to revoke the pet rights at any time if the pet is found to be a nuisance and/or danger to the community. There is no charge for routine maintenance services. The resident is responsible for the cost of repairs whenever there has been damage caused by carelessness, misuse, or negligence on the part of the resident, family, or guest. Each house will be equipped at the time of occupancy with light bulbs. Otherwise, any burnt out light bulbs, including fluorescent kitchen light bulbs, are the resident's responsibility to replace. If you are going on vacation, you can notify the management office of these things: departure date and return date. If your vacation is during the winter, set your thermostat to 64 degrees so your water pipes don't freeze. In case you forget your keys, you can stop by the office to pick up a copy. Please present your ID. If the office is closed, you can call the 24-hour maintenance number and you will have to pay $75 in cash. The community staff will not enter your home unless it's an emergency. If it is necessary to enter your unit to perform maintenance work, we will notify you of the date and approximated time of our entry at least 24 hours in advance. A copy of any work order will be left in your unit indicating the disposition of the repair. Third-party company staff will always be accompanied by our staff. Alterations to the unit without prior consent of management are prohibited, including paint, wallpaper, special carpet, planting flowers, additional appliances, etc. Waterbeds are not allowed. All windows have blinds, which must be cleaned periodically. Curtain rods installed in bedrooms and bathrooms must be removed before vacating the house. For the protection and safety of others in your building, check your smoke detectors monthly to make sure it is working. If not, please notify the office immediately so that repair can be made. Do not remove the smoke alarm for any reason. If you do, a new one will be installed and residents will be charged accordingly. There are 2 filter changes during the year, one in the summer and the other in the winter. We ask that you please remove anything that is an obstacle. If the maintenance staff cannot install the new filters due to an obstacle from the tenant, your account will be charged $150. Extermination services are available free of charge, except for service requests for pet-related pests, such as fleas or unreported problems. There will be a charge for these special requests. Request the service immediately to avoid problems such as bedbugs, etc. Management will schedule routine exterminations for all units in a building. You will receive sufficient notice and instructions to prepare for pest extermination. For those who do not cooperate, and the preparation failure fee will be $575. Moving furniture is allowed daily between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Before a unit is released for occupancy, it is inspected by our maintenance staff and management. However, you may find some items that still need attention. We provide a checklist for your home inspection. We will address your annotations and request for approval signature when the annotation work is complete. If you are vacating, all notices must be in writing and signed by all tenants at least 30 days before your move or expiration of the contract. We do not accept verbal notices. If you plan to move before the contract expires, you will be charged a moving fee equivalent to the payment of 1 month's rent. Before the expiration of your lease, a renewal inspection will be performed. In this inspection, management observes the order and cleanliness of the house as well as any other problems. You will be notified well in advance when the inspection will take place. After the renewal inspection, management will send a renewal option form. This form lets you know when your lease and option term expires. You will have enough time to respond for your Ring Cafe account. Management will generate the new lease agreement on your resident portal and you must sign the lease electronically. The parking permit is renewed annually. Management would like to inform you about a community adjacent to Kingsley Commons, Kingsley Park. This is a separate community located in Linda Lane, Allen Street, and a portion of Monticello Drive. Because both communities share Monticello Drive, there are signs at the beginning and end of Kingsley Park side of the street. They are blue with white letters that say FCRHA parking by permit only. Do not park on the side of Monticello Drive in the spaces between 3069 and 3159. Your vehicle will be towed by FCRHA. Please be sure to read all signs before parking your vehicle after 10 p.m. every day. If your home is located on Monticello Drive, directly across from Kingsley Park, our parking lot is only across our side of Monticello Drive, which are on the even numbers, except for the building from 3161 to 3167 Monticello Drive. Please inform all occupants and or guests of the difference to avoid towing. Management is not responsible for towing or enforcing Kingsley Park parking policies. All vehicles must be registered to a renter's and or occupant to obtain parking permit along with a valid driver's license. All vehicles must be registered with management and have a current parking permit in the lower driver's side corner of the rear window. Permits shown elsewhere are not valid and the vehicle is subject to towing without prior notice. Fire lanes are designed with yellow painted curbs and or no parking fire lane signs. Any vehicle parked in a fire lane will be towed immediately at the owner's expense without prior notice. Parking of commercial vehicles of any type is not permitted except in designated location. It is located along the fence between Graham Road Elementary and directly behind 2937 to 2957 Monticello Drive. Any commercial vehicles parked along Arlington Boulevard, Monticello Drive, or Robert Lane will be towed at owner's expense. Vehicles that are considered commercial have a logo, company writing, or stairs that extend to the length of the parking space. You must park in these spaces designated for commercial vehicles. Towing applies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Any non-commercial vehicles seen parked in the commercial parking lot will be towed without notice and at owner's expense. Boats, trailers, or large vehicles are not permitted to park in the property. Visitor parking spaces are for guests only, and residents will not be permitted to park in the visitor parking lot for any personal vehicles. All spaces will be by permit only, issued by the administration office. The fee is $5 per day, a limit of 2 per household, and a maximum of 14 consecutive days. Visitors parking is located off Monticello Drive and Graham Road. Located on the right side of the elementary school, vacant spaces indicating visitor parking. Visitor spaces will be issued on a first-come, first-served basis only. No repair work is permitted on the property other than emergency work. Any vehicle observed being repaired for non-emergency reasons is subject to towing at owner's expense. Vehicles that are not properly registered, for example, display current license plate, current country, city inspection sticker, or registration, may not park in the community. Be sure to repair any flat tire within 24 hours. Vehicles parked in the same space for 14 consecutive days are considered dead and will be towed at owner's expense. Temporary parking permits will be issued only for rental vehicles or temporary registrations. Any vehicle improperly parked in no parking zones, fire lanes, non-designated areas, handicap spaces, over the white lanes of another space, or that is not properly labeled or is not in operating condition may be towed, fined, removed, or impounded. As provided by law, the vehicle owner will be responsible for all charges resulting from ticketing, towing, or impoundment. Parking in front of a dumpster is prohibited and vehicles will be towed immediately. All parking permits expire with the expiration of your lease. It is residents' responsibility to make sure they obtain a new parking permit issued at time of contract renewal. All vehicles with expired permits are subject to towing with or without prior notification. Any vehicle in violation of this above may be towed at owner's risk and cost. Please wash up any spills immediately. Clean the washing machine filter before using it and do not overload the equipment and leave the door open for ventilation. Do not flush trash, sanitary pads, wipes, diapers, toys, cardboard tubes, or paper towels down the toilet. The cabinets and counter are cleaned with spray. Use shelf paper, no adhesive. Use soft scrub to clean stainless steel sinks. Lime deposits can be removed with white vinegar. Baby or vegetable oil can be applied and wipes with paper towel or soft cloth. Do not paint or glue anything to the cabinet or closet doors, including hooks or shelf adhesive contact paper. Use liquid soap or detergent in your dishwasher. If the kitchen floor should be washed, use fine steel wool to remove heel marks and food stains. Grind half of a lemon or orange peel in the grinder to eliminate bad odor. Run enough water to sufficiently rinse debris from the disposal. Do not use any type of drain cleaner in the disposal. Do not put corn husks, chicken skin, banana peels, or bones in the disposal. Do not place any type of metal in the disposal. If the disposal does not work, call maintenance. Do clean the drywall with a damp sponge and mild soap. Do not place furniture directly against the walls. Do not let your child draw on walls. This will contribute to paint chipping and cracking. If this happens, you will be responsible for any damage caused to the walls. Report any water leaks immediately. Check all clothing for crayons, coins, toys, etc. before washing it. Do not overload the equipment. Any damage to equipment will be billed accordingly. Do not put plastic or other materials in the dryer that may melt.